What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ review, and I'm here to give my review of the pilot episode and actually the second episode of BH90210. So it's kind of a quasi reboot of 90210 with all of the original actors and actresses appearing. Of course, Luke Perry is not there because he passed away, and Shannon Doherty has so far been in it in limited capacity. The other characters have all been in it, pretty regularly these first two episodes. So, what did I think of it? Well, first of all, 90210, the original one, was one of those shows that I watched when I was a kid with my family. It was one of those family shows. I don't know if that's good or bad. But, 90210, Star Trek The Next Generation, there were shows back then when I was a kid that, in the late 80s, early 90s, that you watched as a family. They premiered on a certain day, certain time, or they came on at a certain day, certain time, and you sat down as a family and watched them because you didn't have streaming. There was no binging back then. There was no TiVo back then. If you wanted to watch it, you watched it when it was on TV. And 90210 is one of those shows that I watch with my family. Me, my sister, my mom, my dad, we'd sit down and watch it. So I watched the entirety of 90210 in its first run. And as it got older, into season 7, 8, 9, 10, in those seasons it got bad, but those early seasons were very strong and very good. And those were the seasons that have the principal cast that is in BH 90210. So all that being said, the first two episodes were very endearing. Now, it's different. I was expecting, when I watched the pilot episode, I was expecting to get a continuation of 90210. That's what I thought we were going to get, and it's not that. It's not that at all. It is about the actors. So this is Jason Priestley playing Jason Priestley, Ian Ziering playing Ian Ziering, Jenny Garth playing Jenny Garth. The actors are playing themselves. Now, it's a fictionalized version of themselves. So, for instance, Brian Austin Green, he's not married to Megan Fox in this version. He's married to some famous pop star. So it's very much a fictionalized version of themselves. But they are playing themselves, and it's about these characters, or these actors, getting together for a 90210 reboot. So the show, BH 90210, is about rebooting the original 90210. We're not actually getting a reboot. We're getting the actors. A show about the actors rebooting the show, the original show. And I was thrown off at first. When the first episode started and I found out that that's what we were getting, I was turned off. I didn't want to watch it, actually. I was like, what's the point? But at that point, I was like, this morbid curiosity set in where I wanted to watch it and just to see how bad it was. And to my astonished surprise, I loved it. The first episode was hilarious. These actors, these characters, and they are characters, like I said, they're a fictionalized version of themselves. These characters played off of each other so well. There was so much chemistry between them, and the comedy that they used in the show, where they're playing off of each other, it was perfect. Especially Tori Spelling. Who would have thought that she would have been one of the strong points of this show? Because in general, I think Tori Spelling was one of the weaker actors on the original show. She was so strong in this. She brought the comedy, especially the scene at the end of the first episode involving her dress from season 1 prom. That was hilarious, and it set up this whole problem where they committed larceny. They stole this dress. The whole crew together, the whole gang, stole this dress, and it was really funny. It was a really funny sequence. We get into their personal lives, how none of them really have their personal lives together. On the surface, it looks like they do, but when we dig a little deeper, we find out that they all have some skeletons in their closet, and those skeletons are starting to come to light. Episode 2 is called The Pitch, and it's when Tori and Jenny actually make the pitch to Fox to reboot the show. And I kind of thought that the shtick would kind of run its course after one episode, but it didn't. The shtick worked in episode 2 as well. It really did. The way that Tori and Jenny sold the reboot on their co-stars was hilarious. You know, they had to kind of convince each co-star to do the show, and that was really funny. So the comedy was definitely surprising, and it's the strong suit of the show so far. I was expecting to get this heavy-fisted drama, a continuation of the original series, and everybody putting on their drama hats and just having some on-screen dramatic moments, and that's not really what we're getting here. We're getting a very tongue-in-cheek, self-referential parody of reboot culture in TV, and it works. I gotta tell you guys, it works. It's very funny. It's very funny and very on the nose, and I think that's what makes it work so well, is that it is so on the nose. So I'm invested now. I think there's only 6 episodes in season 1, but I'm invested. I'm into it, and I can't wait to see where this goes. So after season 1 is over, I will do a review of the whole season. But I just kind of wanted to give some thoughts on those first 2 episodes, because if it's not on your radar, it should be. This BH90210 is really funny and surprisingly well acted, and very relevant to TV today. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on it. I really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to finishing it out. Have you seen any of BH90210? If you have, what do you think? Are you enjoying it? Do you think it's funny, or are you one of those people who was really disappointed when we found out it wasn't a reboot and gave up on it? You know, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, I thank you for being here at the LQ Review, where we talk about all of the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. And until next time, we'll see you later.